Good morning. What's coming next? I'm not looking forward to. It's gonna be tedious, it's gonna be a little tricky. I'm having a hard time getting motivated for this one. Today, I'm gonna attempt to build motor mounts. It doesn't sound like a tough task at all, but it does come with its issues. Issue number one, there's no point at all to go from. There's like, the way this engine sits compared to a regular 350, the way the mounting points are, the way this new piece of chassis worked out, nothing really lines up like it's supposed to. The motor mounts are actually set back far enough from the subframe that it will be a pain in the ass. And another issue too is also on the back of the block of this LS motor, where the bell housing bolts in. On your regular 350, you've got like a couple inches there that pushes the transmission further away from the engine. The LS motors, you don't have that. So because of that, I've got my engines touching my firewall, one problem. And the second issue, one of my coil packs comes right out into the heater, where the heater for the car, like it sticks out, look right here. I don't know what the hell, I don't know what to call it, so I'll just show you. But this right here is interfering with the coil pack, and you can see where that hole's supposed to line up. I have to move the engine ahead at least that much. The other problem that gives me is moving the engine ahead that far is the transmission mount. Right now, the transmission's basically bolted in and it's as far forward as it can go. For starters, I gotta pull off the transmission mount, see if I can channel the hole for the bolt a little closer to the front. Hopefully that'll give me some room to pull the engine ahead a bit, everything clears, and then I gotta start making my motor mounts. Another problem I have with the motor mounts, I'll show you, is right here. Here's the subframe. So you got from here to here, you can mount stuff, but the bolts for the engine mount are from here to here. So that totally misses. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, because number one, it's gonna be completely custom. I have no reference points to go off of. I could maybe look online and steal somebody else's idea, but that's not how you do it. You gotta figure this stuff out. And the other issue is I don't wanna look ugly. Like, I'm redoing this entire car to be something nice, something that I'll enjoy, something I'll take a lot of pride in, something I'll have a lot of passion for. So if I make motor mounts and they turn out looking like, well, if they turn out looking like the last set of motor mounts I made, if I can find any, that's just hideous. I was trying to use motor mounts off an SR20, which probably won't work on an 8-cylinder. Had to chop those ugly ass things out, and I don't know, man. Wish me luck. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Now that the transmission mount is out, I have to bore these holes to be as long as I can get them. This being the front of the transmission mount, I'm gonna have to take these holes, bore them down a little further. I can confidently tell you that this is not the right way to do it, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Okay, time to try a new technique. I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, I gotta find a solution for this. This is one of those moments where I'm starting to already feel myself getting stressed out. So, you know my rule when that happens, just take a breather, stop everything, put it down. And it really sucks because I just started getting into it today. Like, I just started this morning and I knew I was up against a big kind of brain picking problem here. But yeah, so I'm gonna go for a little ride, get something to eat. I haven't even had breakfast yet, so I'm gonna go do some stuff. I'll be back. feeling pretty frustrated about this. I can't seem to wrap my mind around how I'm going to do these mounts, and looking at the material I have to work with, that's not inspiring either. So I'm feeling pretty frustrated. I'm feeling not motivated already, and this is the kind of thing that I talk to you guys about often. Like, this is the thing that you got to overcome, that you have to not let get to you, I guess. But so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go for a ride. I'm gonna take a breather. I'm gonna go window shop maybe. I don't know, we'll stop at I'll just take a ride to Canadian Tire maybe, and check out what they have for materials that I can use to work with, because I need a little sense of motivation right now, and I need to clear my mind. And what better way than taking the 8.6 for a ride? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, right? Tell you one thing, the 8.6 has a style of driving for every mood that you're in, and it's therapeutic. Like, when you feel like going fast, it's not a fast car, but you can make it go fast. When you're feeling chill, you can drive super smooth, and it's so nice. So I'm gonna go wander around Canadian Tire, try to focus. Let's go. So it turns out they got a pretty crappy selection of metal to work with. They got some of that stuff and that. So I'm gonna walk around a little bit, see what's on sale, because that usually makes you feel good. We'll try to use the old coconut and figure out what we're gonna do. I maybe would buy that if it's on special one day, but I don't want to pay $100 for it. So been walking around for a while. There's nothing cool on sale, nothing exciting, nothing I need. So I think a big problem I'm having is just overthinking everything, thinking of the next step and the step after that, and not focusing on the task at hand, and it gets overwhelming. So I'm gonna grab some material to work with and go home, take my time, get creative. I got some stuff that's kind of sturdy in here, so take one of these. Maybe we'll get two. Let's go with this. See what we can do. Slowly getting ideas of stuff I can do, but I don't know. So that was tons of fun. Yeah, there wasn't too much on sale, nothing exciting like I said, but bought some raw steel, and hopefully that'll give me a bit of inspiration. It's a bit thicker than the stuff I have at home, and we are making motor mounts that's got to hold up a couple 100-pound engine that's going to be basically taking a beating the whole time. Like I said, I think the problem is like overthinking and stuff. Like, I'm walking around inside Canadian Tire, and then I start seeing things and like on the shelves, and I'm like, oh well, that'd be cool for the RX-7, or that'd be neat for Jesse's car, or I could put that, you know, like, I'm trying to work on the 66. I have a goal, I have a project in mind, and then I get these days where I just have a hard time focusing on it. So did what I said to do, took a breather, we went for a ride. I got some nice beverages for the way home. I haven't tried this yet. Just cruise nicely all the way home, and see what happens when we get there. I don't know. You guys ever had these days? You must have these days. Everybody has these days. I'm halfway home, and I just noticed that for the first time in a long time, and probably since I started vlogging, well, you gotta check this out. I'm not wearing my slippers. You're not feeling it today either, eh, pal? Camera shy? Are you camera shy? I guess he's not feeling it either. Maybe a little more than me though. So yeah, basically, today I suffer from lack of motivation, and the place is a total mess, and it's not very inspiring, and so on and so on and so on. So I think this is gonna be a two-part video. I'm gonna spend the rest of my day cleaning this junk. So we'll be back.